Well, here we are. It's Friday the 10th of July. It's the last day of the school holidays, or what we thought would be the last day of the school holidays for everybody. And we've just received the pretty disastrous figures that there's been an extra 288 cases of COVID-19 in Victoria in today's announcement. So a simple message for our students. Obviously we've got to hang in there. It's going to be a challenging next few weeks. We don't know whether we're moving to remote learning yet. One would assume, though, with that many cases that it's probably inevitable, but if that occurs, we will let you know. Chief Health Officer Brett Sutton today said the following, and we'll re-emphasise this. If you're ill, and this is particularly for our Year 11 and 12 students, VCE and VCAL students, and also for our Year 10 students doing a VCE subject, if you're ill, please do not come to school. We've mentioned that all of last term, but I'll emphasise that point again. If you're ill, please do not come to school. Secondly, we're being supplied with thermometers, and we're going to start temperature checks on Tuesday when everybody returns. There'll be more details about that probably on Monday. But that will be another way we can check student health. If you're above a certain temperature, which I think is 37.5 degrees Celsius, you'll be asked to go home. So our school nurses operating the temperature checks, and we'll tell you more about that on Monday. The other one is, of course, social distancing. Now, senior students, when you returned last time, we didn't make such a big emphasis on social distancing, and clearly in a classroom environment, the whole 1.5 metres is virtually impossible. But when you're in your communal areas, when you're out and about at recess, lunchtime, before school, after school, please do your best to separate a little bit more. These are face masks. These are the sorts of things that people have been wearing overseas now for many, many months. It's now been recommended, if you can't social distance, that face masks are not a bad idea. There'll be a limited supply here at school. When you're catching the bus to school, maybe it might be worthwhile wearing something like this. When you're out and about in the yard, if you can't social distance, maybe it might be useful wearing something like this. Certainly some of your teachers, including myself, will be wearing these when we're out and about. And one of the primary purposes of that is just to tell you that it's different this time when you return. The situation in the state with so much community transmission is actually worse. So this is a reminder to all of us to keep our distance, follow the guidelines, make sure we hand sanitise, etc., etc. So face masks, maybe give it some consideration about wearing these, particularly when you don't have any control about who's around you, buses, etc. So we're going to welcome back our Year 11 and 12 students. Again, in not ideal circumstances, we want to make sure that we can do the very best for our senior students to start with next week and in the weeks ahead. And for Year 7 to 10 students, we will let you know as soon as we find out more from the Victorian Government about, are we moving to remote learning, or we will return the Monday after. My guess is probably, though, with the situation as it is, it's probably going to be remote learning, but we'll let you know. So stay safe, everybody. Follow all the advice. It's going to be a long 6 weeks of lockdown, but it's obviously for everybody's benefits. Thanks very much.